All right. Hello, everybody. This meeting is open to the public, and we encourage and welcome members of the community to observe our meeting. I would like to call our meeting to order at 4:02 p.m. So this is our Supplemental Resource Committee meeting. Today is December 18th, 2023. Our first agenda topic, 1.1, call to order and introductions. Before we begin introductions, we need to be mindful of using a microphone. Just pointed now your way. When we speak, because our meeting is being recorded for public viewing, I'll start my introductions. My name is Zuzana Finn. I am the Curriculum and Instruction Coordinator.
Sarah Murphy, I'm the reading interventionist at Westar.
Bethany Heiss, I'm the art teacher at Liberty Elementary.
Stacy Ruiz, I'm social studies at Estrella Mountain.
Melissa Soche, instructional coach at Blue Horizons.
Rebecca Willie, services coordinator.
Loretta Zumbro, technology integration coach.
Erica Daniel, director of school effectiveness.
And we have everybody. Thank you. Our next agenda item, 1.2, purpose and outcomes. Our purpose is to review the quality of supplemental materials and ensure that resources used for instruction meet district criteria. Our outcomes will be review criteria, score supplemental resources, determine resources to recommend for 60-day review. Supplementary instructional resource is defined as an instructional resource intended as a supplement to the primary instructional resources to enrich and enhance the learning. Teachers may choose from among a district-approved list to take into consideration student interests, learning styles, abilities, and maturity level to best meet the needs of students or student groups. Supplementary instructional resources may also serve to support gaps in curriculum alignment of primary instructional resources. So now I'm moving along to agenda item 1.3, review of criteria for scoring. The committee will discuss the criteria used to score all supplemental materials. The scoring rubric was the same for all recommended supplemental resources. I will read each criteria quickly. Just let me know if you have any questions and or concerns. So we had several different items on our rubrics. The first one was the resource is aligned to Arizona High Academic Learning Standards. The options were does not meet expectations, meets expectations, or exceeds expectations. The second point was research shows that the program or materials are evidence-based. Again, it will be either does not meet expectations, meets expectations, or exceeds expectations. Number 3 is appropriate for subject area or for the age, emotional development, ability level, learning styles, and social development of students. Again, we have either does not meet, meets, or exceeds expectations. Number 4 was fills gaps in curriculum and or supports differentiation of learning for students so teachers can enrich, extend, remediate, or intervene. Again, we were looking at does not meet expectations, meets expectations, or exceeds expectations. Last one was uses current relevant technology that further engages interactive learning and can be used in the classroom and beyond. And again, it does not meet, or exceeds expectations. And then we had item number 6 for additional comments that we will consider as a committee. So moving along, we are moving to agenda item 1.4, discussion of next generation personal finance. And I am going to pull up this page here for you to see. We have 9 total responses. Let me scroll down a little bit so we can all look at the results. So our very first one, let me first explain what this resource was for so we have a better understanding. Next generation personal finance curriculum covers 11 units, including investing, taxes, savings, behavioral economics, and paying for college. The turnkey courses include trimester and full-year courses for middle school students. And this resource uses hands-on real-world applications that build content financial capability. And of course, the primary use of the resource would be in social studies, specifically 8th grade. Okay, so we're going to go through the results, and then we're going to look at the comments as well. So the very first question is aligned to Arizona High Academic Learning Standards. So again, we had a total of 9 responses. The orange one indicates exceeds expectations, and the red one indicates meets expectations. We have 66.7% agreeing that it meets expectations, and we have 33.3% exceeding expectations. So that was item number 1 here. Okay. The second one was research shows that the program oral materials are evidence-based. We have 66.7% meeting expectations. We have 22.2% exceeding expectations, and we do have 11.1% saying that this does not meet expectations. Next one up was, is appropriate for the subject area and for the age, emotional development, ability level, learning styles, and social development of students. We have both meet and exceeds expectations. We're looking at 77.8 meeting expectations and 22.2 exceeding expectations. The next item is fills gaps in curriculum and or supports differentiation of learning for students so teachers can enrich, extend, remediate, or intervene. We have 66.7% meeting expectations, 22.2% exceeding, and 11.1% not meeting expectations. Next question relates to technology. Uses current relevant technology that further engages interactive learning and can be used in the classroom and beyond. We have both meeting and exceeding. Meeting is 55.6% and exceeding expectations is 44.4%. And then I would like to share the comments we have here. First comment was it's free with an exclamation point. Next one says it's not super user-friendly on the teacher side, has many different interactive opportunities for the student side. Another comment was, I like that there are games for the kids to use and explore financial realms. I also didn't know that you can get a seal of personal finance on your diploma. Oh, that is cool. Next one is this program is very kid-friendly. The activities and questions are relevant to them and they enjoy it. And last one was easy to use. I believe that's the last one. Let me just check. Easy to use, lots of material for teachers to use. And okay, there's one more. And useful resource for the grade and content area. Okay, so these are the comments that we have for this specific resource. We are going to move along with the next resource, which is going to be
I believe we're going to discuss it and then vote on it.
okay. Okay, we could do this. Okay, so I would like to open this up for discussion. We do have an expert here, social studies expert here.
I believe that our current primary resource, right, does not.
It does not. They do have something, but we chose not to even look at it, I don't believe.
We did not purchase it.
Yeah, we didn't know that until way after the fact. I have not used NextGen. I have looked at it a lot. I just never get around to it. Several of the other teachers are the ones that found NextGen and use it and have used it for the last couple of years. And they really, really like it. When I was taking a look at it, like really taking a look at it, I like the fact that it was all laid out and I didn't have to do much thinking. I just have to take the topics. There's PowerPoints that go with them. There's worksheets and or in Google that you can do with the kids. And it does cover all of the standards that we need to hit, particularly in 8th grade, which was beneficial for all of us.
Do we know if the high school is using this?
NextGen?
Because that's where the seal of personal finance goes into play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm not aware. I know that they take an economics class before they graduate, but I believe that they have a resource that they use.
I looked at this from a technology standpoint and very engaging with students.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Anybody else? Well, we can vote now. I mean, that is okay. Let's get going then. So, thumbs up if you recommend the resource. Well, this is an easy one. So I guess We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 thumbs up. I didn't even say thumbs down, but since everybody had thumbs up. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next one, and that will be, so this is agenda item 1.5, discussion of the Arizona Council of Economics Education, ACEE. I'm going to pull this one up and just give you a little background. So the Arizona Council of Economic Education prepares teachers to teach Arizona's K-12 economic standards. ACEE provides comprehensive K-12 teacher professional development opportunities or economic personal finance that align with Arizona academic state standards. The primary use of these resources will be also for social studies, 8th grade. We're going to look at the results and read the comments, and then we will go into a discussion. We had a total of 8 responses for this one. The very first one, the first item is aligned to Arizona High academic learning standards. We have 87.5% meeting expectations and 12.5% not meeting expectations. For this one, research shows that the program or materials are evidence-based. It was 50-50 meeting and not meeting.
So that means that some people just couldn't find the research.
Yes, and to give a little background, when we put together all possible resources that we had access to at this point, research was kind of difficult to identify there. Yes. Doesn't mean it's not there. It was
Correct.
just, yes.
Because if people are finding it, then it's obviously there at some point.
The next one is appropriate for the subject area and for the age, emotional development, ability level, learning styles, and social development of students. Again, we have meeting and not meeting. So we have 75% saying it meets expectations and 25% it does not. Next one is fills gaps in curriculum and or supports differentiation of learning for students so teachers can enrich, extend, remediate, or intervene. Same thing, 75% believe it's meeting and 25% believe it does not meet their expectations. Uses current relevant technology that further engages interactive learning and can be used in the classroom and beyond. So we have 3 different ones. So meets expectations is 62.5%, 12.5% believe it's exceeding expectations, and 25% believe it is not meeting expectations. I'm going to move to the comments. First one says, this resource is very cumbersome to even access. Webinars have to be watched for 36 to 60 minutes before you can even access the information. Next one was, all parties will need to be trained to gain access to curriculum. Another comment is, in order to see the curriculum, I was given a 36-minute video to watch. 20-ish minutes into the video, it stopped and said that the content was blocked. I was not given access to the material. My ratings are based on what I could see on the website. Another one says, everything has to be signed up for as a contest type thing. Does not appear to be easy to use for teachers or students. Another comment was, I like the interactive competitions. And another comment is, does not seem as useful. A lot of just things and fluff could be, maybe there was something else, but this is the only extent we had of that comment. Okay, I would like to open this up for a discussion because we had mixed results. So if anybody would like to share anything? Insight? Yes. I'm kind of looking at you, Stacey, hoping.
So I actually have used this. I was trained last year, as were any of the teachers in social studies that are back this year. And our training was a half-day training, I feel like. Once you can get into the program, there's a lot of stuff in there for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and I actually have used it in both 6th and 7th grade more extensively. The nice thing is that it's broken down per the topic. So if you're talking about Constitution, there are economics things that you can talk about that tie into the Constitution. And if that part has already been done for you, it's also already vetted. And they are adding to it and will continue to add to it to the lower grades at some time in the future. That being said, you have to go through the training to be able to access the platform where you can access all of the lesson plans. You have to do all of the setting up, whereas in the next gen, can I compare and contrast that? In the next gen, it's already done for you, which is way, way better. On the ACEE, there are more hands-on activities that the kids can do. A lot of, you pass things out, you make a decision within a group, you have to be able to support your decision, and then they come to the idea of what those standards are. But because it's a growing document, it's kind of hit or miss. There's not as much on the economic side in 8th grade that aren't tied to it, that aren't specific just to economics. They're all tied to the different topics that we teach throughout the school year. So that makes me lean to the other one.
Is the district looking to purchase both or picking one for the other?
Well, the first one is free.
This one's free too, you just have to sit through the webinars or.
Webinar was very dry.
Well, so is the class, it's economics.
It's
So.
not, well,
No. And well, and I'm not sure comparative, and I wish that one of the teachers that has actually used the next gen more than I have was here to talk about it, because I feel the same way with most of them. We did that. We've done quite a few of the different simulations through the ACEE, and they're fun, but we're adults. I don't see the kids getting into it nearly as much. And the ones that I have done, I have really struggled to complete with them because a lot of it's just over their head.
One thing to remember, if I may just say something, this is not a primary resource, it's a supplemental resource, so it's an optional resource. So if you have the choice to use it if you choose so, if it's approved.
I think one of
It's
the
not
concerns
required.
that I have though is the fact that, she said that they had a half-day training on this, and if you don't go through the half-day training, then it is really cumbersome to get through.
Okay.
Like, I went through and I tried to watch the training and it kept
Okay.
getting frozen out, the technology just kept on freezing up. So if I can't even get to the lesson plans, as a new teacher who hasn't gone through the half-day training, it's not a resource that's gonna be valuable for me because I don't have 4 or 5 days to fight with technology to get to where I
Sure.
need to be. So it's not
Sure.
like in an interface, it's not user-friendly for me as a teacher to just go, oh, I need information on this particular topic, let me look what they have and
Sure.
use the resource.
Unless we were to schedule one of our PD days, half day for social studies teachers to go through that training.
But it would have to be every year,
Or is that right?
because
Well, yes,
if
it doesn't
every
make
year that
any
you could do
sense.
teachers, you'd have to have that training again.
it doesn't seem like a typical training either. It's more like jump through these hoops and we'll give you the resources. It's not really like, this is how to use our resource. It's, we have lots of resources, just watch this video.
I'm worried about the engagement and motivation of, for children, though, that
Simulation sounds cool, and the resources, when she was listing all the places where they get their lessons and it's very impressive.
But as a social studies teacher that's used it, would you be upset if it wasn't available to you anymore?
No.
Okay.
You're making this easier. Well, in that case, let's vote. So thumbs up if you are, oh, this is quicker than I thought. Thumbs up if you recommend, thumbs to the side if you can live with this, and thumbs down if you would not. Okay, so we have live 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to live at that, and then we have 1, 2, 3 not recommend.
If I can live with it if we recommend it or not.
Yeah, I'm the same exact way.
Experts' advice.
So,
But if this is a social studies
right.
resource and the social studies teachers are like, no, thank you, I mean, that's speaking volumes when I'm the art teacher and I don't
Absolutely,
care either way.
absolutely. Well,
It's saying it's gonna be available if you want it. It's not saying you have to use it.
That's true too.
it's definitely
But-
supplemental.
But the
Right.
thing is if it's a supplemental resource, are we going to do the training every year for those new teachers so that they can access it effectively?
Probably not.
Probably not. So I just don't, like, that's why mine was a no, because
Okay.
I just don't think that it's a good class.
And I think that's a really good
One
point.
more thing for them.
Something for us to keep in mind and remember.
Yeah.
Because we have halfway through the year and this new social studies teacher would be like, wait a minute. And I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to,
Mm-hmm.
here's the training. So I think it's a lot for anybody to remember that.
Especially with our limited amount of professional development.
So,
The other thing is that with the economic standards that we have to cover in, particularly in 8th grade, we have no resource at all. So it's been us, which is what we've been doing for the last decade, finding our own things, but it's kind of hit or miss. And whereas if we had the next gen, it's all laid out, and I know that other teachers would prefer to have something instead of trying to figure it out on our own.
so are we in agreement of not recommending?
That's fine.
Okay, so let's vote again. Thumbs up. So thumbs down. Okay. If you do not recommend, okay, we are not recommending this resource for the 60-day review. Okay, so we are going to move now to agenda item number 1.6, discussion of flex curriculum and pro learning. I am going to,
I knew is 1.6.
mine says, well, this is this one. Okay, so let's just move it out. I'll flip it back. That's okay. Okay, well, at least we get the resources right. Okay, so 1.6 will be discussion of high noon resources. I am going to pull up high noon. We had 8 responses as well. I'm going to give you a little background about this resource. High Noon Books provides a means to expose and reinforce the most common words in English to at-risk, ELL, struggling readers, and special education populations for the purpose of getting students reading on grade level. We are going to go over the results now. So again, 8 votes total. The first one is aligned to Arizona High Academic Learning Standards. We have 62.5% agreeing that it meets the expectations. 12.5% exceeds expectations, and 25% not meeting expectations. The second point was research shows that the program or materials are evidence-based. We have 37.5% meeting expectations and 62.5% not meeting expectations. But again, similar to the previous resource, information that was provided to us on surface level, it was really difficult to find research within the resource without signing up or purchasing. The next one is appropriate for the subject area and for the age, emotional development, ability level, learning styles, and social development of students. We have 62.5% meeting expectations. We have 25% exceeding, 12.5% not meeting expectations. Next one is fills gaps in curriculum and or supports differentiation of learning for students so teachers can enrich, extend, remediate, and intervene. We have 50% exceeding expectations, 37.5% meeting, and 12.5% not meeting expectations. Technology uses current relevant technology that further engages interactive learning and can be used in the classroom and beyond. We have 50% not meeting expectations, and then it's split 25% meeting and 25% exceeding. And here are some comments that went with the resource. I could not find any research These decodables are for our older students to apply phonics skills in an age-appropriate print and storyline. Another comment was, this would be more useful if we can search by standards for specific titles. As it is, you would have to purchase for each classroom, and that is not always an option. Next one is, this is a high need for our students. Next one is high interest decodables for upper grades. This could be used for intervention groups. Next one is lots of options here, did not see technology integration. Next comment was, I'm not sure how we could use this. I didn't see anything that would be of use. Okay, I'm going to open this up for discussion. Anyone would like to start?
Books that would primarily be used in intervention for our upper grade students. So the standards alignment are really aligned to foundational standards, which are not in the 4th through 8th grade standard. So, but it is for an intervention, and I have used these in the past, and they are very high interest to upper grade students. So they would be really supportive for our struggling readers at upper grades.
It's difficult when you have students who are in upper grades who have phonics gaps. And most of the things that you're teaching, the skills that you're teaching are, all of the resources are for lower students, and it's the upper grade students don't really want to get engaged with that material.
And even the cover and the look of the book is more age appropriate.
These are actually physical books, not.
Yeah, they're not a
something you print off and
technology-based.
use them.
Would they have to be purchased for every classroom, or are they more for the interventionist?
For interventionist, so it would be probably, I mean, if
there's
a school,
flexibility.
we're not planning to purchase them for everybody, but if a school wanted to use them, they would have to use their own funds, and it would be in the interventionist classroom.
Well, they'd be excellent for the special education
I was gonna
students
say,
and
Yes.
the EL students.
So they could be an option.
Or even like the upper grade ELA teachers who have an intervention group. They're in sets, correct?
Yep.
So they'd be like for a small group.
Okay, so if we don't have any more comments for the discussion, let's vote. So thumbs up if you recommend, thumbs to the side if you live with it, and thumbs down if you don't. And we have everybody recommending. So this one is recommended for the 60-day review. Thank you, 8 out of 8. Is it 8? Is it? Yeah. I'm just going automatically about this. All right, now our last one is so agenda item 1.7, discussion of flex curriculum and pro learning. Flex curriculum offers a robust library of lesson plans, resources, and assessments that are ready for the classroom while providing the flexibility to curate instruction aligned to the needs of your unique students. The comprehensive standards-based visual arts curriculum platform is designed for K-12 teachers. And then the pro learning component is the only on-demand PD platform designed for K-12 art teachers. School districts across country utilize Pro to give their visual arts team training, hands-on tutorials, and resources. We had 5 people evaluating this resource, and I'm going to go through the results now. So the very first question was, is aligned to Arizona high academic learning standards? We have 80% meeting expectations and 20% exceeding expectations. Next one is research shows that the program or materials are evidence-based. We have 60% not meeting expectations and 40% meeting. Next one is appropriate for the subject area and for the age, emotional development, ability level, learning styles, and social development of students. We have 80% meeting and 20% exceeding expectations. Next one is fills gaps in curriculum and or supports differentiation of learning for students so teachers can enrich, extend, remediate, or intervene. 80% meeting and again 20% exceeding. Uses current relevant technology that further engages interactive learning and can be used in the classroom and beyond. We have, again, 80% meeting, 20% exceeding. And here are the comments. The only material that was given was the magazine and media, which looks excellent for our teachers. However, I was not able to see an actual example of the curriculum. The next one was, would need to spend a lot of time in this without PD to find all the pieces and parts. It's not very user-friendly. Next one was, I love the Pro Learning Pack. It allows teachers to differentiate their own learning needs through a variety of PDs. And the last comment was, could not find any research. So I would like to open this up for discussion.
As an art teacher, we have absolutely no curriculum. And I've been in the district, this is my 8th year, and I am also the art lead. We just come up with our own things year after year, and where that is really what we like to do, we have such a variety of ability levels within our art program. Some teachers, if this is their first year teaching, some teachers have the art background but have never taught. Some teachers have been teaching art, for multiple years and have the art background or not. So we just are all like a melting pot. We all come from different places. So having a curriculum in place or a supplemental curriculum in place will help those teachers that are really struggling to find their lessons. And what's also cool about it is it has national standards, and then you can also dive in and find the Arizona standards. They are also Arizona standards specific. The PD part of it is super cool because, and as the art lead, I've had everybody see all of that stuff, and they've all experienced it and taught lessons from the curriculum itself. They love that there's individualized PDs because we all are so different, and we all have different genres that we like to teach and things that we don't know that others do know. It helps that they can sit and do a PD on their own, and even if we're all in the same room. So that's really cool too, because we don't have any of that to help us.
The Flex platform was extremely impressive with the lesson plans, the instructional materials, the videos that go with the lessons, the assessments, the rubrics connected to the artists.
And we loved, it's all laid out great. Just like you said, the only thing that was a little bit off was the timing. We noticed that the timings for the lessons were a little bit different than what we would be able to do in our rooms. But yes, they tie to artists and genres, and it's really cool.
And
different medias.
I believe even in the videos, it takes you out and shows you these concepts.
It's exciting. Anybody else? Okay, so if there are no more comments, let's just open it up for a vote. So again, thumbs up if you recommend, thumbs to the side if you can live with it, and thumbs down if you don't recommend. All right, recommend 8 out of 8. Okay, so we're moving to agenda item 1.8 now, recommendation for governing board to consider approval for 60-day public review. I'm just going to go now over our vote results. Our very first one was Next Gen Personal Finance that we as a committee recommended. The second one was the ACEE resource that was not recommended. We have the High Noon resource recommended by the committee, and we have the Flex Curriculum and Pro Learning recommended by the committee. Last agenda item, 1.9 is adjournment of the meeting. I want to thank you for coming here on your busy day, and I would like to adjourn this meeting at 4:34.